What is going on, New World? And back. Welcome back. Who is this? To another video from No Deflection Gaming. Today, guys, we're gonna be talking about some really juicy stuff, and I'm not even gonna. I can't see the name of this is, but they're gonna be joining us for our little session here. So we're gonna be talking about some super juicy stuff. And if you've been playing New World for an extended period of time, you probably have an idea of what this is. But let's talk about warloggers, invasion people, and the little systems they use to kind of work together. Let's call it like that. So if you don't know what a warlogger is, they are people that usually log in only to do wars. You might be asking yourself, why can I warlog? Well, you might not be level 60 yet, you might not have the gear yet, but also warlogging is a very niche group community. You could be the best bruiser in the world, and if you are not part of this community, you will not be getting into any wars. That being said, a really good bruiser who shows, war companies their, VODs, their videos to showcase their abilities, then you might get drafted to the, to the war or to the company. And warloggers now also have their own server. That's a whole different story. Other people talk about that stuff. But, warloggers are the kind of people that log in only for wars. That's all they want to do, nothing else. If you so happen to kill a warlogger out in the open, you might get a little message like this, which is great. I'm not going to read it out loud, but you can obviously tell that warloggers are not happy people. They will say you warmed the bench, but when they get killed in open world, trust me, you'll get some salt. So let's talk about warloggers and how they relate to invasions. So warlogger companies, they relate to invasions because invasions attack their town, right? So when the invasion wins, their stuff gets downgraded. The process of upgrading that stuff back up to from tier 4 to tier 5 is a process. You need to pay whatever it is, let's call it 10,000 gold. And then you also need people of that faction to run missions to actually increase that up. So it's kind of a pain in the ass for the warloggers to do this. They don't want to do missions. They don't want to do any of that kind of stuff. They just want to war and log out. That's it. So what will happen is warloggers will pay invasion companies to take care of that. And what I mean by that is, as you see here, every server has an invasion Discord, basically, which is run by a select few people. And, what warloggers will do is they will pay invasion groups normally a couple thousand gold, between 10, 20,000, maybe 30,000 gold, 40,000 gold, to keep the invasion from beating their town, thus keeping them from having to upgrade their stuff again and pay the money to upgrade the stuff. Really comes down to time. They don't want to waste their time doing missions to upgrade their town, so why would they? They'll pay somebody else to beat the invasion for them. It's that simple. Now you might be wondering why there is that connection between warloggers and invasion people. So everybody knows that warloggers, a lot of the bigger names are using G2G, as seen here. They will sell their money, their gold, to a seller on G2G and sell it to the player base. It's a known thing. Everybody's been doing it. It's crazy amount of stuff that happens. If you can't make your own gold in game, this is what people do, basically. It's been known forever. It happens. I don't know if New World devs care or not. To me, it's not the end of the world that people are using this. It is what it is. I would say more than 70% of the warlogging companies will use this. The better warlogging companies don't need to because they're making so much money off each town. So the big thing I want to connect here for you guys is between warloggers and let's call them invasion loggers. So the invasion loggers and warloggers together create a little company, basically a little group. And this group is going to be hard to get access to. Not so much the invasion one. You can get into an invasion here and there, no big deal. But you might be asking yourself, why did I get kicked out of an invasion sometimes? Well, if warloggers know you're going into their invasion and they don't like your company, they will just strictly remove you. For instance, let's take a look at this here. So this person said, I have permission from X to be here, attacking me again. I'll make sure that you are banned from invasions and wars. Understood. So normally I don't give a shit about invasion people or warloggers for that matter. It's not something I do anymore. But when somebody steps into my world, open world PvP, then they're stepping on my toes, and I don't like that shit. So this person got killed in open world. Could you imagine? They got killed in open world and they said they're going to ban me from invasions and wars. And whether or not, like I give a shit about either one of those. So I took this to the Reddit on New World, and I instantly got basically banned for it. They said I was inciting not so good stuff. I think it goes a little deeper than that. My guess is some of the invasion people probably are on the New World mod team. The mods for that Reddit, at least. Whatever it is, I don't really care. But just so you're aware, if you ever get banned or removed from an invasion, these people are basically gatekeeping you in that sense. Warloggers, they gatekeep you from wars. Invasion people can gatekeep you. I would say 9 times out of 10 they're probably not, but if they know of your company and you were part of a company that they don't prefer, they will just kick you and remove you completely. More often than not, anybody who owns a territory is running the invasion for said war company that owns that territory. Thus, if they don't like you, that war company doesn't like you, the invasion people do not like you, and they're going to gatekeep you from that content. Now, is this the end of the world? Probably not for most people. You probably don't care too much, but I figured I should shed some light on the situation because, let's be honest, anybody gatekeeping any content is bullcrap in my opinion. It is what it is at this point. If you are an open world PvPer like I am, and you step on people's toes, be prepared to face the consequences. Ultimately, I love this shit. This is my bread and butter. Open world PvP is way more fun than any war, any invasion, any of that stuff. I mean, when do you get to jump through a house window to get out of a situation when you're fighting somebody? Like, that shit is so fun. So that's basically the little dark and nasty details I want to share with you guys. Like I said, if you've been playing New World forever, you already know about this stuff. You know what G2G is, you know what warloggers are, you know invasion leaders. But if you're new and you didn't know any of this stuff, don't let it deter you from playing New World. It's such a small percentage of New World that this is. Like, this is probably wars and invasions are maybe 3 to 5% of the game, if that. And like I said, invasions you'll most likely get into regardless because they just need people to sign up to actually do stuff. Wars, like I said, you need to be part of that niche community, but you can get in there with hard work and time, or you could go to G2G and just pay for some stuff, for some gear, and that'll help you get closer to getting into wars. Since we're talking about warloggers and how they pay invasion leaders to run their invasions, we might as well take a look at how much warloggers make in the game in general. So right now you're looking at the current period. They're making 650,000 gold roughly for this current pay period. Now for them to pay an invasion company 50,000 gold, 40,000 gold, whatever they want to pay them is chump change compared to what they're actually making. When you have companies like this that hold territory for, 3 to 4 weeks, they've built up 3 million, 4 million, 5 million gold. Trust me, this 40k to 50k, whatever they pay the invasion leaders, really means nothing to them. So it's just chump change. So obviously, once they gear out all their people, they're going to take this money and they're going to put it to a gold seller in game. They'll probably trade it to somebody who you've seen before, like a Ben Kitty or whatever their names are on G2G. I'll show you guys, put something up on the screen now for you to take a look at what they actually look like. But in general, they're paying somebody in-game the gold. They'll pay them, over a private transaction. Then that gold seller will take it to G2G and sell it to the player base, whatever it is. Let's say it's 300,000 gold for $30 or $40, whatever it is. And this has been happening since the beginning of the game. It's a lot more expensive at the beginning of the game. Now it's a lot less. And I'm not recommending anybody do this. It's much easier just to make your own money in game, really. 2 perk gear, I've said this a million times, 2 perk gear will get you so far in PvE and PvP. 3 perk gear that costs 250k for 1 piece of gear, trust me, it's not worth it. Don't waste your time, don't waste your money. Trust me, it's not worth it. So just wanted to give you guys an idea of how much these warloggers are making and how the gold situation works, when they're making so much money. Alright guys, and one last thing I wanted to mention before I finish this video. I'm not someone who's going to copy pasta, basically copy and paste what everyone else is doing for the New World videos. If you like that shit and you want the PvP perspective, I guess, I'd be more than happy to do that. Let me know in the comments if you actually want to see that stuff. Especially when it comes to the updates and things like that. If you want to see my side of it, I'd be more than happy to do it on the PvP side of things. But by no means am I copy pasting every single thing that pops through. You know what we're talking about. We're talking about 3 or 4 different guys for New World content that just do the same shit. I would say the only one who's not copy pastaing usually is Duke's Lost is usually pretty good, and then Five Head Survival Gaming, both great content creators. Go ahead and check their shit out. By all means, they are fantastic, and you know they're usually the first ones to jump on some shit. So check them out. But like I said, I'm not a copy pasta kind of guy, so copy lasagna maybe, who knows. But like I said, if you guys want to see my side of the PvP stuff, let me know in the comments. Appreciate you all. Peace out.